Hello. Agency law is very important. In fact, it can lead to huge amount of liability. So it's very important to understand agency law. In fact, it has consequences for contract liability, tort liability, fiduciary duties, you name it. So it's very important to understand what agency relationship is and have a clear definition of it. Generally speaking, um, agency law refers to a situation where one person, which we call principal, authorizes another person called an agent to do something, to act on the behalf of the principal. And that person is subject to principal's control. That is a key word, control. So agency law happens when one person authorizes another person to do something for the first person, and in that context, control the way in which that act and that relationship is conducted. So control is very important. Also, another keyword here in addition to control is fiduciary relationship. Agency is a fiduciary relationship that arises when principal manifests assent that the agent will act on principal's behalf and subject to principal's control, and agent consents. So there is a consensual relationship between one party who's the principal, who authorizes the other party, agent, to do something on his or her behalf. That is the core of the agency relationship. Agency relationship can be in writing or just can happen informally. So we should not always look for something in writing to understand if there's an agency relationship exists between two people. Therefore, agency creates two legal relationships, one between the principal and agent, and the other one is the principal and third parties. Let me give you a couple of classic examples of agency law. A salesperson selling goods for a store, and it can be an agent of that store. An executive acting for a corporation is an agent. A partner acting on behalf of a partnership is an agent. Informally, on a daily basis, we use the word agent for real estate agent, which they are also agent because they act on behalf of a buyer or seller and under their control to do certain buying and selling of real property. But agency law, it's much, much, much bigger and can happen in different contexts. As a matter of fact, understanding agency law can help you understand corporate law, business law, and how business law and corporate law is structured in the United States. Therefore, this is the bedrock on which our understanding of corporate law and business law rests. So it is very important to understand agency law. One last critical point. Agency is not just a permission relationship. It's a fiduciary relationship. That means the agents owe certain duties to the principal. That can be duty of loyalty, duty of care, duty of confidentiality, duty to account for what he or she did. So it actually comes with significant liability for agents too. And we should also understand that the fiduciary label is why court take agency relationship very seriously and why they look at it closely, because the remedies can be quite harsh and quite broad. So it's very important to understand where we see agency law, who is the agent and who is the principal, who is doing what for what purpose and under what person's authority and control, and what the consequences of agency law is. That's our first lesson. Thank you.